Hey, Goodman. Can you come here a moment? Please, help. Can you hear me?
What's going on? Do you need help?
Thanks for stopping here. My husband Mikush hasn't returned from Bilani. Me and Vendula are awfully worried about him.
Why are you here? In the forest?
We had a big house in Messales. But then Sigismund's mercenaries decided to burn the village to the ground. Mikush, Vendula and me all escaped at the last moment. The others weren't so lucky. It was hell on earth. You can't imagine the terror.
I'm from Scallis. I reckon I can.
You can? I don't know. In any case, we ended up here. At least we had some roof over our heads. But now, I don't even know what'll happen next.
Why did the soldiers attack your village?
Why? Good Lord, such a question. They didn't ask us anything. The worst thing is, the village paid some mercenaries for protection. But they took off the moment they saw horses kicking up dust on the horizon. I'm glad old Svartosh, my father, didn't live to see it. His heart would have burst.
Do you want me to find him?
You'd do that for me?
Yes. Don't worry. I'll find him. Where do you think I should start? In Bilani?
Aye. Ask about him in the tavern. He wears a fine embroidered hat. Everyone will remember him.
How are you getting along here?
Now, quite miserably. I hope you find my Mikush soon. We won't be able to go on without him.
Wait, I need to know a bit more. What's your name?
Svatava,
I'm Henry. And Vendula would be...
our only daughter.
And your lost husband is... Mikush?
Aye. Since we've been living in this hut, he's been going to work to Bilani.
When did you last see him?
He left a few days ago. He's never been away this long.
What job did he do in Bilani?
He's a damned good tailor. But besides that, he does odd jobs around the village. He always brings whatever he earns here. Mostly food. The little we manage to grow here isn't enough.
Why don't you look for him yourself? Bilani isn't that far.
I can't. I've injured my ankle. I can't walk that far.
What happened?
I twisted it when we were running away from the soldiers through the forest. It's better now, but it still hurts. It would take me half a day to limp to Bilani.
So why don't you send your daughter?
By herself? Are you mad? She's young, inexperienced. Something might happen to her.
Did your Mikush have any enemies you know of?
Enemies? No. He's a nice man. He never hurt a soul. Maybe he's a bit too nice. He trusts everyone. I'm worried someone might have tricked him into something.
What do you mean?
He thinks people are good deep down. I don't think that. People can be right bastards. That's why I'm so worried about him.
I'll try and look for him.
Oh, bless you, kind soul. And good luck. And a bit over here.
I spoke with Svatova. I'll try and find your pa.
Really? Who would have thought there are still such kind people in the world?
My name is Henry.
I'm Vendula. Do you need help with anything?
Why did those soldiers burn down your village exactly? Over a conflict with the local lords? or something like that?
I don't know. The village belongs to the monastery, and the custodian shows up once a year at most. Mezales is a small village. Or it was. As far as I recall, it's a place people would leave to find a better life elsewhere. Ma always reminisced about how in her father's time things were different. But that's what old folks always say.
How's life here?
How do you think? Not so good.
I understand. Being in the forest and all.
What can you do? At least we're alive. If Ma hadn't believed the news that soldiers were approaching the village, we all could have been dead, like the others.
I need to know more about your father.
I don't know how to best describe him. He's a peaceful man who wouldn't even hurt a fly. Well, he's a bit fussier than other men when it comes to dressing. That's a tailor for you.
How does he get along with people?
Usually good. He got into a fight only once, in the tavern. I don't remember why. Ma gave him an earful that time.
A peaceful man doesn't fight for no reason. Try to remember what happened. It might be important. Maybe someone wanted to get revenge.
Well, when I picked Pa up at the tavern, he was sitting with some friends playing dice. He must have been doing pretty good, because I heard one fella accuse him of being a wizard.
So he might have got into a fight over a dice game.
Lower your voice. Ma doesn't know anything about it. He might have got into a fight only over the dice. But otherwise he's harmless.
So your ma doesn't know Mikush played dice?
No, and I'm begging you, don't tell her. She'd be even more worried about him. I'll be with you.
You're always welcome here, good sir.
Lord be with you.
I'll have a look at your wares. Let's talk about the price.
I suppose we could give it a try.
No, only because it's you.
That sounds really interesting. Lower it a little more and I'll be satisfied. Aye, that sum will convince me. I'm glad you found what you needed, sir.
What would you like, friend?
What do you have for sale? I'd like to do something about that price.
Very well.
Do we have a deal?
Less. Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Thank you, sir, and come again.
What would you like, sir?
Do you know someone by the name of Mikush?
Who?
Mikush. A fellow with a nice hat. I heard I might find him round here.
I know who you mean, but I never really spoke with him. You'd be better asking the tavern keeper.
Show me your wares.
What can you do? Maybe next time then, sir.
God be with you, sir.
What do you have for sale?
Thank you, and come again, sir.
Nothing worth much.
What's the hold-up? Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain? Damn it.
God bless you, sir.
What's going on around here?
Nothing much, really. If you're looking for a job, try your luck elsewhere.
I'm looking for one fella. His name's Mikush.
Mikush? Doesn't ring a bell.
They say he wears a fancy hat.
Ah, the Hatter, of course. He's not from around here. He started showing up a few months ago. Just for a few days at a time. Sometimes he'd sleep here.
I hear he made his living as a tailor in the village.
I don't know anything about that. He never offered me his services.
I hear he enjoys a game of dice.
He does indeed. He plays a lot. I noticed that about him.
Is he any good?
You're asking too much of me, my good man. People are always playing dice here. Winning and losing. I can't keep up. Ask Chernik. He's the dice champion here. He'll certainly know more. Oh well.
One beer, please. Well, that's no great.
Good day, sir.
I'm looking for someone. His name's Mikush.
Mikush? Never heard of him.
I've been told he wears a...
Fancy hat?
Exactly.
I've seen him around here. But I don't see why I should talk to a stranger about another stranger.
The innkeeper told me that you definitely played with Mikush.
Aye. I do like a good game of dice. But I'm not telling you anything else about him.
Why's that?
Because I don't know you. Like me ma always said, never talk to strangers. Come on, let's roll some dice instead.
Their time again. Dice are falling my way today.
I'm Henry.
Greetings, Henry.
Now that we know each other, talk.
Nice try. But you'll have to try harder than that, Henry.
Are you trying to get some coin out of me?
I won't turn down some chink. But I'd rather play you for it.
Come on.
Listen, Mikush's family is looking for him. His wife and daughter. They're worried about him. They're refugees from Messales, living in a hut in the woods. They've lost everything, now even their provider. Can you live with that on your conscience?
Look, I wouldn't wish ill on anyone. And all right, I do know a bit about him.
Tell me then.
I've known Mikush since the first moment he showed up here to play. Unsurprisingly, the bloke looked like he couldn't count to 5. I thought I'd found an easy mark. But man, was I wrong. He's a great player. And that kind of praise means something coming from me. He knows when to bet everything on the final roll.
So he won a lot?
Aye, for a while. Until his luck ran out. Then he started borrowing. One time he got so desperate, and maybe had a few too many beers, he started going on about his buried fortune in Messales, saying he'd surely pay back anyone who lent him money. Ha!
Did anyone lend him anything?
Aye, and Mikush won everything back.
And did he pay back the money he borrowed?
Of course, every last groschen. He was laughing the whole time, too.
What about that buried fortune of his? Did he ever mention it again?
The next day, he claimed he made it all up, saying he just had too much to drink. Only nobody believed him.
Did anyone seem particularly interested in his fortune? Someone who'd want it for himself and would go after Mikush because of it?
Everyone was interested in it, but Mikush never talked about it again. Besides, that village is burned to the ground and full of rabble. Messales is an awful mess. That rhymes!
When did you last see Mikush?
A few days ago. He was playing against that hired hand, Drat. Drat lost and didn't have enough money. They left together, and Mikush hasn't shown up since. That's pretty suspicious now that I think about it. That Drat bloke's an odd duck.
What do you mean, odd?
I've heard he's been dealing with some bandits. You'd better have a word with him. But be careful.
Where can I find this Drat?
Somewhere in the village. I reckon he'll be at the farm he works at. Well, technically, because he's a big fella and looks strong, they made him into something like the village catchpole. But to tell you the truth, he's less a catchpole and more just a regular farmhand pretending to be a catchpole.
Where can I find this Drat?
I already told you. At the farm or somewhere in the village.
I'll go have a talk with Drat then. Thanks.
Don't mention it. And if you ever fancy a game, you know where to find me. See you later, my friend.
God be with you.
Good day, good day.
All right.
I'm at your service, sir.
What can you tell me about Drat?
Look, I don't know him so well. I know he's mixed up in some bad stuff, that's all. He hid something in his chest. Some kind of map or something. He was always very careful with it. See you later, my friend.
I'll be with you.
You're Drat.
Aye, that's me.
Can I ask you something?
Ask away. But do it fast, I don't have all day.
What do you do for work here?
I'm a hired hand. But not just any hired hand. I'm also the local catchpole, practically the town guard.
Are there any refugees from Messales here in the village?
No. They say everyone was massacred there. If anyone survived it, they must have fled towards Visaka.
Do you know a fella by the name of Mikush?
I don't know any Mikesh.
Nah, knock it off. I hear you left the tavern together. And no one has seen Mikush since.
Oh yeah, that fella. We were heading in the same direction, but then went separate ways. That's all I know.
You certainly know something about Mikush's disappearance, and you should talk.
Should I? Why's that?
Mikush has a family waiting for him.
What's that got to do with me?
I don't believe in coincidences. Mikush was last seen with you. So that means...
Means what?
It means you should stop dragging it out. What did you do to that poor man?
Me? Nothing, I swear.
So who then?
It's not my fault. It was Hanka.
Who's this Hanka woman?
Hanka's not a woman, but a man. We've known each other for years. He was a hired hand in Messalus. Certainly know what happened there. The horror. Not long ago he came to see me. Said he was the only survivor from the entire village, but I know that wasn't true.
Because you met Mikush.
I thought he'd be quite happy that someone else got away, but he was actually quite upset about it.
What do you mean, upset?
Well, you could see it on him, all nervous like. Seemed to me like it was rubbing him up the wrong way. That Mikush, of all people, survived.
Interesting. Did he tell you anything else?
I didn't ask him any more questions.
So, someone comes to see you, acts all odd, and you don't ask any questions? I don't believe you. You must have had a normal conversation, seeing as you're old friends. And he had to have told you something.
Well, I understood he quarrelled with Mikush and his family about some money, a family inheritance. Nothing unique there. It happens in every family, so I didn't pry any deeper. Then he said he'd like to talk to Mikush and whether I could set up a meeting.
Well, thanks to you, he knew Mikush frequents the tavern. So why didn't he go and find him? To talk with him?
I don't know.
Damn it! Come clean. You must have asked him the very same question. So you know the real reason. Admit it.
Hanka told me he'd joined up with some bandits, so he didn't want to show his face in the taverns. It wasn't so long ago they robbed a merchant here. I reckon he was afraid someone might recognise him.
So he wanted to rob Mikush?
I really have no idea. Hanka didn't tell me. I just wanted to help out an old friend. I didn't know what he was up to. What the hell do I care about some strange fellow with a funny hat, damn it? Hanka told me to take Mikush outside the village and then he'd meet him there. But he said Mikush couldn't know about him and he left figuring out how to do that up to me. So I played dice with Mikush. He's damn good, so I had no problem losing a few games. In no time at all, I owed him quite a few groschen. I told him I could pay my debt immediately, but he'd have to come with me to my hiding place. He didn't blink an eye. He's damn trusting, given how things are today. I took him a little way outside the village, told him I was going to take a piss, and then took off. And that's all. I don't know anything else.
Where did you take him? I want the exact location.
Here, just outside the village, on the way towards Messalus.
And then what happened?
Then I went home. I told you, I don't know much.
Are you trying to lie again, Drat? If he wanted to settle a family dispute with Mikush, he wouldn't have lured him outside the village for a chat. Unless you want to piss me off, you'll tell me the truth. Now.
All right, fine. It was a bit further away from the village. Actually, it was quite far.
Where were you supposed to take Mikush?
A crossroads by the forest, on the way to Messalus. Actually, almost right by Messalus. A little beyond the woodsman's camp. Just go straight. 2 roads intersect there. It's the only proper crossroads on the way.
What did Hanker promise you for bringing Mikush to him?
Nothing. I did it out of friendship.
Are you trying to lie again?
All right. He said he'd give me part of the buried inheritance.
What happened at the crossroads? I want the truth.
Well, as I was saying, I took Mikush there and told him I needed to take a piss. Then Hanker jumped out of the woods with some bandits. They grabbed him. He began to scream, but there was no one around to hear him.
And what did you do?
I didn't wait to find out what would happen. I ran.
So Hanker wanted to get his hands on that inheritance the whole time?
I reckon so.
He felt the family owed it to him, but I don't understand why.
Family. Skeletons in the closet. You never know.
How long have you known Hanker? Since you're such good friends.
We go back a long way. As youngsters, we'd beat the shit out of each other in the Merciless Tavern. As it often goes, we ended up becoming friends over a beer, you know. But I haven't seen him since I've been working as a catchpole. Not until now, that is.
Well, if you were such good friends, you must know more than you're telling me.
Maybe. But it's not important.
Every detail is important.
So listen up. Hanker always had one big problem. No woman would have him. He's always said it's because he's not rich. But he's just a hired hand. As if a hired hand can't shag. The stories I could tell.
Get to the point.
Last year, his cousin danced with him at a feast. He was like a new man. He wouldn't stop talking about her. Vendula this, Vendula that. As if he was in love with her. And then, all of a sudden, nothing. He never mentioned her again.
Where might Hanker be now?
I only know what he told me. That he ran off into the forest. And that's where he joined up with those bandits. He bragged about how they made him their captain.
I'm not wasting any more time with you. God only knows what Hanker's done to Mikush, and you're responsible for it. Be ashamed. You sold out an innocent man for a handful of groschen. Sickening.
I'm truly sorry.
Being sorry won't help. You're a snake in the grass. You deserve punishment.
Please, don't tell anyone. No one can find out.
All right. I won't tell anyone. You have committed a grave sin, but if you show remorse, God will forgive you.
Thank you. I'll never do anything like that again. I swear. I'll pray and go to church and...
Enough already. Farewell, Drat. Quick! Quick! Whoa!
You have a kind master.
Quick! Quick! Whoa!
You didn't hear it from the trader who sold you the bow, by any chance?
Aye. Come to think of it, it was him who told me. Farewell, my friend.
All right. See you later.
Good day.
Good day.
If you have anything to offer in return, I have some nice wares to sell here.
Greetings, goodman.
Laudetur Jesus Christus, Dominus tecum, frater meus.
Amen. I'm sorry, brother, but you don't exactly look like a monk.
Ego sum qui sum. And you are assuredly not my brother yet. As the day of reckoning draws near, we are all brothers, and soon our sins will be weighed and tallied. Novid enim Dominus qui sunt eus. Let us not forget the last judgment.
No, these are troubled times, I grant you. But bad enough for the last judgment. I wouldn't say things are that bleak, my friend.
How could the prophecies not be true? Are we not witnessing the depravity of the clergy and the baseness of the false popes? Magistri mendaces, qui introducen sectas perditionis, o libera nos a malo.
Well, true that may be. But I also know righteous men of faith.
Novid Dominus pios de tentatione eripere, and all sinners shall be damned.
I thought you were selling something. But now I see it's the word of God you're handing out.
And should I be selling it for profit, as the priests and abbots do? Et in avaritia fictis verbis de vobis negociabuntur.
I can't understand much. But thank you for your concern for my soul, preacher.
Are you a blasphemer? A fornicator? Can you tell the true pope from the false? Shall you sin or change your ways? Who can ever know these days? A groschen or two and the intercession of a saint is yours.
So you mean to sell me an indulgence? Only the church could do that, can't it?
Absit! Nothing of the kind, my friend. I'm not selling, and promises are not mine to make. Whether you wish to avail yourself of the intercession of the saints with a small relic is entirely up to you, frater meus.
Show me your wares.
Certainly. Just take your pick. You won't find this just anywhere. You can't go wrong, my friend.
Let's talk about the price.
Well, I suppose we can try.
Only because it's you.
You'll have to make a better offer for this. Aye, that'll do. I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.